A very good morning and welcome to NBS Breakfast Meeting. I am Julius Button. It's been a while ever since I was here. Life had to change a little bit, and of course I'm back fully charged away from my leave, and of course we're here to bring you what that you need to know, understand in the world of business. And of course, talking about the bravest entrepreneur from Nigeria, one of the persons being mentored by the former president of Nigeria. I'm joined by none other than one of the greatest motivational speakers in the real estate business from Nigeria, Sujimoto Odegule from Nigeria, and he's the CEO of Sujimoto Group. A very warm welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Nigerian names are hard to pronounce, but I guess I pronounced yours well.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean,
all right. Let's talk about Sujimoto Group. What is it all about, and why are you in Uganda?
Thank you very much for having me. I feel privileged to be in Uganda and East Africa's first location for premium news. Why Uganda and why Sujimoto? Sujimoto was born out of the quest for excellence. We believe that if nations and different countries can achieve excellence in the delivery of luxury buildings or luxury real estate, we too can. So what we have done is that we have collected different opportunities and different knowledge from the Dubais and those that have transformed their nations. And we believe that bringing those type of opportunities to Africa is what we wanted to champion. So it is in that quest for excellence that my very good friend, Mr. Emmanuel, kept persuading me that Uganda is the next biggest thing in Africa. And I do not, though it has taken a lot of time for me to come over here, and I don't regret it, to be honest. When I came to Uganda, I saw a people that goes beyond just mourning and whining. I see people that wants to take hold of their destiny and do a lot more. I see a lot of opportunities. I visited Lake Victoria and I was absolutely amazed by the beauty and the serenity, and I really love it here. And I think that it is high time we start looking within Africa to invest in Africa.
Well, when somebody talks about Ogudele, they understand it is luxury buildings and of course luxury living. What is your target in Uganda? What is that investment that you think needs more money that you're going to be injecting in Uganda?
The company name is Sujimoto. Ogundele is my last name. But then if we look at our philosophy and as a company, is to look for diamonds, rough diamonds in this, and to look at Uganda as an opportunity where we can find opportunities. Though of course there are a lot of challenges, especially with the COVID and a lot of economical this thing. But then we for us as a company is to find opportunity where people don't see. We would be looking at real estate. We'll be looking at there's something that I got introduced to, which is one of the islands at the lake. So for us, is an opportunity to put Uganda and Africa in the center map of the world, to create something that's never been done before, creating something as if, the most sophisticated, the most luxurious private island in the world. So that's what we're building. We're looking at is almost $1 billion project, but it is at a very, very early stage now, and I'm sure that I'll be able to tell you more about it. But the premium idea is to find a strong competitive advantage, something that would not compete with only Africa, but be in the global market. And that's what we're doing, and we want to start from Uganda.
I know you've not spent a lot of time in Uganda.
Yes,
How do you compare Ugandan culture of investment to that of Nigeria?
Something about one of the biggest assets we have in Africa is that we have not reached 1%, even 5% of our true potential. So instead of us to compare or compete, we want to collaborate. Africa, Nigeria as a whole, is an aggressive market, but is a market that has not reached its potential as well. But having said that, if we look at the opportunities we have as a nation and look at ourselves from the perception of cohesion and putting our ideas together, I believe that whatever we can do in Nigeria, in Dubai, in New York, we can also do that the same thing in Uganda. But to be honest, my first introduction to Uganda was through Idi Amin Dandala, the famous movie. And it is quite unfortunate that the tourist and the investment opportunity, the potential of this nation has not been exported as much. There's still a silence of fear of people from the other world. You can imagine I consider myself quite exposed. But I think there's an urgent emergency for people to start knowing Uganda for what it is, for the true potential it has, for the good people, the polite people, the investment opportunity. Every sector in this country has potential. If you're selling water, it doesn't matter if you're selling water or you're selling buildings. Every part of this nation has its potential. And that's why you find the Indians and the Lebanese coming over here, to find opportunity. They didn't come to look at Lake Victoria. They came to find opportunities, and that same opportunities is what we as Africans want to start investing in ourselves.
All right. Somebody might ask, Sujimoto is one of the companies, even if you go on Google, well established. How do you reach here?
How did I get there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a story of resilience. I think when we started Sujimoto a couple of years ago, we had no rich uncle or powerful auntie, but we had what I call the philosophy of die. It is diligence, integrity, and excellence. It is within the diligence of knowing that if you have a strong competitive product and you can bring it in front of the market, you would sell. It is the philosophy of integrity, knowing that you must create a reputation for integrity and building a business that steady and persistently you would definitely produce a product that the market will eventually grab and appreciate. And it also is in diligence of going the extra mile. For us at Sujimoto, we don't have any business with doing things 10% better. All our businesses, our philosophy is a mantra. How can we do things 10 times better? What is going on in Dubai? We don't want to use Africa as our benchmark. We want to learn from those that have done it better. The 160-story buildings, people that's transformed. If you look at our story, we attend our story to that of Dubai. In 1960s and 70s, the leaders made a decision, a cautious one, to transform a land of sands and camels into a city of marbles and towers. Dubai wrapped sand with gold and sold it to the world. That is what we want to do. That's what we've been doing as a company. And luckily for us, we've been very successful. I believe what we've started with small money has today been valued over half $1 billion. We've where people have said it's impossible for an indigenous company to build anything over 6-story building, we've built 15-story building. Where they said it's impossible for an indigenous African company because I think there's a silence of imagination with the African nation where we don't believe in ourselves. But we as a company, we believe in the strength of Africa and we believe that if anybody anywhere can do anything, we can do it too. So with that philosophy, we've gone to the market and fortunately for us, the market has appreciated us, and we too have not relented. So that's
Uganda has a lot of investment potential, tourism, talk about real estate,
absolutely, yeah.
education, a lot of things. As Sujimoto, what are you targeting here in Uganda?
We're looking at different opportunities. We're looking at the retail market, industries, because, we believe that Uganda has a very steady and consistent growth in the middle class. I think the middle class is growing very effectively. I think that the government has created some policies that will intentionally affect the middle class and it will go bottom. So we're looking at the commercial, the retail market. Retail could be anything in manufacturing, but ultimately our premium objective is to put Africa in the center map of the world. So you heard different islands in different parts of the world. For us, we don't want tourists that just come and look at lions and go. We want people that have the capital to say they want to invest and they want to own a piece of Africa, an island, a private island. And we're terming it as the most sophisticated, the most luxurious private island in the world. If you want a piece of Africa, it's not enough to just come and look at lions. We were looking at people that can bring capital and inject capital into the economy and also boost us. So those are the things we're looking at, a luxury private island and some part of retail. you would know that the cement industry in Uganda is a very vibrant one because we are all developing nations in Africa. And that tells you, and today, when I looked at the comparison analysis between the prices of cement, the cost of production, and the comparison between Nigeria and Uganda, the bag of cement is $12. It's one of the most expensive in the world. It can be cheaper than that. We want to look into that industry.
Okay, so you're going to tap into the construction industry, but
Yes,
starting with the
definitely.
raw materials.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That could heighten the demand for...
And reduce the burden on the consumer.
Okay.
You know, immediately you have a growing population, a steady growing population, a vibrant young middle class. You must create products that is affordable, that is accessible, and that is dependable. So that's what we want to look at: affordability, accessibility of basic products for construction material. That's something we want to look at as well.
You're talking about luxury living, and Uganda's population has the ages between 18 and 35. Is the largest population here. We are over 41 million, and Nigeria is close to 200 million. If you look at the two populations, why do you want to invest in a younger population which might have a low profit turn-up?
So for us is about transforming Africa. So it is very easy to think local, but for you to go global, you have to think beyond your shores. So we already established in Nigeria. We have a vibrant company in Nigeria. But as I said, I have a very stubborn friend who has persuaded me. And I said, why not let me look at it? We're young. So how can we tap into that young potential so that dividends, the democratic dividends, we can transform it and use it as an opportunity. Uganda, Uganda, especially Kampala, has a vibrant, vibrant society. As you said, 46 million, 60% of these people are between the ages of 20 and 35. In the next 10 years, where do you see these people? In today's complicated and sophisticated world where the strong, if you don't move, you'll be removed. I see a lot of potential in the young Ugandans and in some young business people that would become your customers of tomorrow. So what we want to do is to develop a system where we transform our product into confidence and where people of our generation can patronize our businesses. So that's what we want to do in Uganda.
All right. Where else can somebody trace Sujimoto Group here in Africa?
Where else? Okay, we're on. You mean where? Sorry, what did you get? I didn't get the question.
Which other country can somebody say Sujimoto is right here, but from Nigeria? And
we are presently in Nigeria. I grew up in France. I packed my load one day, sold everything I had, and I started a company in Nigeria, which is my indigenous company. But right now, as I'm talking to you, we are the first indigenous company, first African company to ever imagine or even dream to start a project. So right now we're starting a project in downtown Dubai. We are building a triplet project, a 55-story building that has extreme luxury hospitality, incredible, residential building, and also retail. So these are the three things we have. So we're having that project in Dubai, and we should break ground between first quarter of next year. The other places that we're looking at, right now we're in Nigeria for now. The other places that we're looking at Uganda. We're very interested in Kenya as well. But for now, we want to centralize our strength within few countries, and Uganda is strong potential for me.
All right. Let's talk about the profits that you think you're going to get from Ugandan investment if you could invest right here. Do you think the investment plan that you have, how long are you going to sustain this investment plan for the Ugandan businesses that you want to invest in?
The sustainability of it is something that we've not really looked at yet. But when you create, business is about policies and philosophies, and immediately you create a competent and persistent and sustainable within your company, you have a very good balance sheet, and you become sustainable. Of course, no business was created to create a loss. We understand, and we're still researching through different parts of our friends in the corporate world here. we understand the market very well. We understand the purchasing power. We understand the strengths and the weaknesses of the nation, of the population. But ultimately, we want to go either extreme extent of luxury, which of course maybe the population, some people might not be able to afford it. So we want to look at the global market. If a sheikh in Dubai can afford a private house in Seychelles for $30 million, why not Uganda is the question. If somebody from Spain, maybe the royal family in Spain, they want to come for tourism and they are ready to spend $30,000, $40,000 for 1 week, and they are going to Tanzania, Rwanda, why aren't we thinking about why can they persuade them to come here to Uganda? So those are the competitive analysis and opportunities we're looking at as a company, and I believe in that sector it is going to be extremely successful. Now, when you come to the retail market, Africa is a retail economy where, for now, it might be a pocket-to-mouth kind of economy where, so the basic fundamental needs of every man, water, oil, vegetable oil, food, cement, the concurrent consumables are things we want to look at very, very strongly in the Ugandan market. We are very, very interested in the retail real estate, which is hospitality, hotels, and also in commercial real estate. I have not yet looked at the commercial real estate yet, but I can tell you for a fact, there is no hotel in Uganda. There is no hotel in Uganda.
What do we have?
As far as, you have, but I'm just telling you that the potential, the hospitality potential of this nation, it's beyond your imagination. You have an incredible influx of tourists, both corporate tourists and people that just want to have fun, they want to understand Africa. You have some hotels, but the true hotels, the 5-star hotels that can compete with the global market, you don't have it here. And this is where we want to play as well.
All right, are you ready for competition?
Well, there's, it's a global market. We're not really, worried about competitors, because immediately, as I told you, you create a product that has a strong, durable, competitive advantage. Trust me, the market belongs to the public, and competition is very healthy.
All right, what could be your last thoughts as we close up the broadcast?
I just think that the nation is too beautiful for it to be undermarketed. It is a shame that someone like me, with my, with my exposure, I didn't know anything much about Uganda. And I think that the private sector, the Ugandan populace, and the government must do a lot more and market the nation intentionally. You have to market Lake Victoria, you have to market your different tourist attractive areas. You have to market your people. Because when I was 10, 12 years old, I watched the movie of Idi Amin Dandala. What the people portrayed as a tyrant, I saw the strength of a nation. So you see a strength of a people that want to go the extra mile, that want to push more. That strength is still in the people, and that's what I want the government and the private sector and the Ugandan people to work a lot more on.
Well, maybe a tip. What could be done to market this country better?
You have to pay me for that, But anyway, I think it's very easy. When you have when you have a product, you see, it is very difficult to market what is not good. But it's easier when you market good content. Uganda is good content. The Ministry of Information and the Tourist Board must revamp their strategy intentionally. They must inject capital and look at fundamental, really beautiful part of this nation, the beauty of the people, the strength of your economy. What makes you strong as a people? Where are those places where you can, take the tourist? Like, for example, I'll give an example. 3 days ago, I went to Wild Waters. I took a picture, and about almost 1 million followers of mine, I got about 200 people. Suji, where are you? Where is this? I said, this is Miami. They said, which Miami? I said, Kampala, Miami. Those little things are the things that you have to intentionally market and let the people know that there is beauty in Africa, and the capital of tourism is here in Uganda, nowhere else.
All right, thank you so much, Sujimoto Otegule, one of the lead founders of Sujimoto Group here in Uganda, to talk about his business and entrepreneurial journey. And of course, he will be at International University of East Africa with, I think, an inspirational talk on his entrepreneurship journey. And lots more going to be happening right there. Only 200 entrants are expected right there. So if you haven't booked your slot, if there are a few remaining, run out to, in an hour's time, he will be speaking to the 200 people who are going to be right there at the International University of East Africa. I am Julius Buchana. We'll be having Buy Uganda, Build Uganda up next after the break. Good morning.